Hi, it's Jason again and again and again. Welcome back. I want to say that I'm so happy to see you again, but I think you're on to me. You know that I'm lying. I can't really see you. But I'm happy that you're continuing to show up here and watch the videos and continue to improve your ability to grow your power to raise your deaf and hard of hearing child. This is really wonderful. So, we are almost to the end of our unit on who questions, and we'll be finishing that in just a minute. I wanted to stop kind of for an advertisement for 1 second. Something that's really important I want to say. All the way back a long time ago, when I was still in college myself and studying and learning how to become a teacher, I had the good fortune of having a teacher himself, Paul Ogden, who was very, very focused on supporting families. He really felt, he and I kind of felt the same way, really passionately, that the success of a deaf child depends much more on the parent's ability to overcome all of the obstacles that you guys are kind of facing right now, to overcome those obstacles and then really become a powerful parent and able to teach and explain and work with your child. And so much of his time, so much of his work, so much of his life has really been kind of committed to supporting parents and helping them develop the skills and the confidence and the understanding they need to be successful parents for these very special children. So yes, he's kind of a hero to me. But always I felt very strongly the same way. So he led me one year to a board meeting for an organization called Impact. Here in California, they were kind of a statewide organization that's kind of the reason for existing was to support, the reason they were there was to support families regardless of whatever choices they made, languages, communication modes, implants, hearing aids, cued speech, ASL, signing exact English, whatever choices they accepted. They welcomed all these parents into the organization. And through that experience, I went to that first meeting and I got involved and became very, very supportive of that organization. As time went on, I really, anything that I do right, I learned from the parents I met during that experience. Impact for me kind of changed. Maybe it didn't change, but it maybe kind of narrowed my focus in this area, in the area of deaf education. And I knew from the beginning, way back then, that I wanted to be working supporting families. I felt the same as Paul. I felt that supporting the families and making sure that we gave them the power to do what they needed to support their kids, these deaf and hard of hearing kids would be successful. So over the years, Impact had, it's grown and then it's, shrunk and then it's gotten bigger again and things have changed. And most recently, Impact kind of understood that they were doing the same things kind of in a local area, that there was another big national organization working to support parents in the same way. And that national organization was called Hands and Voices. So Impact, there was a lot of discussion, and finally it was decided that Impact was going to change. They were kind of leave their California identity. They were going to leave it and become a part of the national organization, kind of like a local chapter, local group for the California area for Hands and Voices. So right now, you should know that you have a really amazing national organization network that is set up specifically to support parents of deaf and hard of hearing kids. And having had experience all through my professional development with impact and knowing that many of the same people are involved with Hands and Voices, I can tell you that it's really something that could benefit you and could benefit your child and your family. There is so much shared common experience there you can benefit from, learn from, resources, events, activities, everything. So I'm going to put it on the screen, but you should take a little bit of time to visit the webpage for Hands and Voices. It's www, it's good finger spelling practice for you too, www.hands, hands, A-N-D, and V-O-I-C-E-S, Hands and Voices, dot, or like a period, O-R-G, handsandvoices.org. Hopefully, technically, I will be smart enough to put it up on the video for you. Should be right about, we'll say right, it's going to be right here. Okay? Just take a few minutes to visit there. I contacted them recently because I've finished enough of the videos now that I want to start getting the information out there more and hoping that more parents, more families can take advantage of my work. And they were very supportive of the idea. They were very positive about the videos. And I understand, I know that these videos don't meet the needs of all parents, or all families, but maybe it's a good place to start. When I was there and kind of chatting with them, I understood how important it was for me to help all of you make that connection with them. So, please take a minute of time, contact handsandvoices.org, and you'll be increasing your power as a parent. So, do it, do it, do it. Okay, so we are ready to get started. The first thing I wanted to show you today is, it's not really a sign itself, but it's a part of many signs. And it's called the agent marker, okay? When you are talking about people who are not in your family, we kind of finished those signs before. We're talking about people kind of out in the world that you and your child may encounter in life. You'll see that many of the signs include this. Put your hands like this, okay? Fingers are not apart, they're together, thumbs are out, and they are like you're going to do a handshake again, or you're going to clap your hands. Okay, they're about this far apart, thumbs up. They start about shoulder height, and then they drop straight down. Let's see if I can adjust myself a little better here to be a little clearer. Okay, that is called the agent marker in ASL. Excuse me. I have a little frog in my throat. Stuck in my throat today. So the agent marker is used for describing people who do a specific thing or a specific job. So, like a really good example, one of my favorite words is teacher. So when you do teacher, you are starting with the sign for teach. I'll show you in more detail in just a second. Teach. And then you add that agent sign. Teacher. That's what this means, is like the ER at the end. Teacher means like a teaching person, a person who teaches. The sign for teach, you make the O's from the alphabet, squish them flat, so you've got the flat O hand shapes. It starts right up here by your eyebrows, okay, and you're going to go straight out 2 times. Teach. Teach-er. Teacher. Now, I, as an old dude, have become kind of lazy. So even now, like I'm watching myself on the video, I'm noticing that I tend to do teach kind of, it's not up here where it's supposed to be teach. I tend to kind of teach. That's not the best. I need to work on my habits. Really, if you're going to be learning the correct way, we want to do it up close to the eyebrows. It's like I'm taking information from my head and I'm putting it out towards you. So, again, we're going to say teach-er. It's a teacher. Okay? So that's one example of using the agent sign. The other example, well, there's so many, but we'll do just a few today, and then we'll kind of finish this unit and we'll move on. A related sign is student. Student. Okay? Again, teaching you best, most correct signs means that you need to be really paying attention to which hands are where and what the shapes are. So we'll start with, this is my not dominant hand. This is just my left hand, okay? It's going to start out and flat with the fingers. Fingers are together, thumbs out, palm up. From this hand, I'm going to take my other hand and I'm going to do, it's like a claw, okay? It's going to go down, and all the fingers are going to pull together as I move up into that same flat O, okay? This is the sign, and it's going to come all the way up to my head. Sign for learn, learn, learn. So, if you are a learning person, you are a student, okay? As you see people who've been signing for a long time, like myself, you may notice that we go, student. You know, it doesn't go all the way up to my head, student. But I want you to learn the right way, and then as time goes on, you'll start to understand where you can sign a little bit lazily, okay? So again, flat hand out, this hand, claw hand, it's not the claw hand, but it's like it's going to turn into that flat O, okay? Starts down, pulls up, and closes all the way to your head. Taking something from a page or a book and putting it in your head. Learn. Student. Okay? Learning person, a student. We now know teacher, and we know student. Okay? Using this. That's the agent marker. Okay? Some other examples of words that use the same agent marker are, let me look at my list. We have just kind of like a general sign would be work, or a worker, a person who works. So for work, use S, hand shapes. My left one with my watch on is right here. My other hand comes down and strikes at the back of the hand right about here. Kind of right where my watch is, actually where the watch face is. It's going to strike 2 times. Okay? This is kind of a tricky one, believe it or not. You want to make sure that the position of your arm is good. It doesn't have to be flat, but it's going, in my case, it's going towards my dominant hand, to my right hand. Good S hand shape, palm down. Second hand, palm towards the other person, and hits 2 times. Work. Okay? Excuse me. Just burped a little bit. You get all the goodness in these videos. I don't want to say no editing, but very little. Okay. Worker. A worker is a person who works. There you have it. There's some other ones that are kind of interesting to me because I think I like them because they're not words in English that have ER as an ending. But they mean the same thing. So an example would be cook. It's like a person who cooks. We don't say that person is a cooker, even though that would really kind of follow the rules in English. So what we do instead in ASL is we sign cook, and then we use the agent marker. So we are saying it's a cooker. It's a cooking person, cooker. Okay? So again, the sign for cook, we're going to have the same palm out, palm up, fingers together, thumb out. Other hand, same hand shape. You're going to go, don't scratch your nose. That's not part of the sign. That's just me being itchy. You're going to start with it palm up, flip it down, and then on the back of the palm hits, and then palm down again. Okay? cook agent. Okay, a cook agent, a person who cooks. All right? Oh, there are others. There's so many. You can really, if you don't know, you can make a guess. Maybe there's a good chance that you'll be right if you use the agent marker. Another example would be a librarian. Okay, it's the person who works in the library. That's their job. So you would do an L from the alphabet. You can make it, you can pull these fingers down tight and stretch all the muscles in the back, and your finger will go up. Or just kind of relax. Relaxing is better. L goes in a circle. To me, it's like the same movement of a clock. Clockwise. So I move it in a clockwise circle. Librarian. Okay, the librarian. Good. Other people, I know that, many children, including mine, are fortunate enough to have access to a counselor. So, again, you'd sign counsel, and then the agent sign counsel. Okay. The sign for counsel or advise is the S hand shape, palm down, arm off to the right in my case. You've seen this before. And then we are going to take this, the flat O, it starts here. It's a little tricky to show. It's almost like it's coming like a like a puppet is going to give my hand a kiss, okay? And when it hits the back of the hand, it's going to go out and open. And it goes 2 times. Okay, counsel. This is for counseling or counsel or advise. And then add the agent. That's a counselor. It's a person who you go to learn more about yourself and to get advice, everything, okay? Counselor. Counselor. A person who acts in a play, you're going to use their A's and the thumbs are out maybe a little more than usual, but then this part of your thumb, right here, turns towards your body. For me, I start with the left, and it touches my shoulder. You can kind of see. I think I stick my thumbs out just to be able to reach more easily, so I don't have to bring my hands in quite as tight. I think if you have big muscles, it's even harder. I don't have that problem. So you can just brush the A's. It's going to start with this one. It's going to hit here on the shoulder and go all the way down, okay? Then the other hand is going to do the same, that same A. So you get a circular motion. So I'll start with my left, and you'll see this is the circular motion. It touches, goes down, out, up, around. I'm kind of not centered in the camera, but you get the idea. And then I'm going to do it with this hand too, but we're going to alternate. So when this one's touching, this one's out. And you just go like this. Okay? It's almost like riding a bicycle. Actor. That's how you would sign a person who's an actor they might see on TV. Actor. Actor. Boy, there's so many. Here's the sign for sing. A person who sings. So you could, it's like a L, but you have one extra finger up. Point them at each other like it's going to be a shootout. Corner of your mouth, and then as you pull them out, these fingers wiggle like this, okay? Sing. Sing. It's kind of, when you do it, you feel like you really know sign language. It feels cool. Okay, so my body is so crooked, I hate it, it drives me crazy, but you get what you get. Here we go. Singer. Singer. Starts right by your mouth, comes out from your head. Singer. La 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 la. You might want to just practice doing a little wiggle with these fingers with your thumbs out. I'm not straight. Here we go. Singer. Okay. So actor. Singer. We have, how about an interpreter? Because many of your kids use interpreters at school, or they will, if your children are very young. Or, interpreter does not have to be for sign language only. Maybe your family has experience with a Spanish interpreter. Maybe you're using the videos right now through my wonderful Spanish-speaking interpreter. But an interpreter, in one way or another, is very probably going to be involved in your child's life in some way. So, the sign for interpreter, you're going to make F hand shapes from the alphabet. You're going to put them together. Boop. This is kind of, it almost feels like an intoxication screening or something. Like if I miss, so there's going to be a siren and the police are going to come and arrest me. So once you've got them touching, your hands will look like, if I were looking up underneath, they would look like this. Okay? Then you're going to pull, this is my right hand, I'm going to twist it back towards me. Not a lot, just a little bit. So I pull it back just a little bit and then down. Okay? So I twist it back towards me a little bit and then twist it like away from me. So from the side it looks like this. I pull it back, move a little bit into frame, back, and then down. And then you're going to repeat that. So when you sign interpreter, you're going to do it 2 times. Start like this. That's the sign for interpret. Interpret, and then add the agent marker. Interpreter, teacher, student, cook. What else? Librarian, worker, actor, singer, interpreter. Okay? It's quite a few signs there. I can add just a few more for you today. This video is kind of going on and on. Sorry for that. I tend to talk too much. Did you notice? Anyway, another sign that's a person that maybe your child has experience with is a babysitter. So this is kind of a hard one to make. You're going to need 2 hands that have the K hand shape. If you remember from the alphabet, the K hand shape. The easiest way, put 2 fingers up, put the thumb in between. I don't know if you can see from the side there. This is hard for me. My fingers here, they feel tight when I do it. I'm going to put it between, and then the middle finger drops down. Okay? That's the K again. You still with me? There's the K. You're going to make a K on the other hand too. You're going to point them out, and then this is my right one, is going to go on top of the left one. Okay? So, from the side, I now look like this. There we are. From the other side, I now look like this. It's my right hand on top, my left hand below. If you are left-handed, can you guess what I'm going to say? It's going to be the opposite. Okay, you'd have it the other way. For me, as a right-handed person, it's going to be here. And once you have this, try to imagine that you're stirring a pot. Okay, because it's going to be the same motion, like you're stirring a pot. When I am signing like I'm stirring, my hands, this hand, as it moves, it's going in a counterclockwise direction. It's going, instead of going this way, for being clockwise, it's going this way, like a clock that's in front of me going backwards. So this would be to stir, K, K, right hand on top of left, and then I make a circle. Okay, that's a person who babysits, so we're going to add the agent sign. Babysitter, babysitter, babysitter. This sign comes from the be careful or to take care of. Really, the sign is like take care of. I'm going to take care of all of you. So the taker-carer is the babysitter, the person who takes care of everyone. If you go to a restaurant together, there's maybe a person who serves food. So the sign for serve, palm up, and you just alternate them. So my right hand comes back towards me. You can see it comes back towards me, and this one stays out. The other one goes forward. So we just do that a couple of times, okay? To wait on someone, or to serve, waiter, waiter. Okay? Then there are a few more that do not involve that agent sign. You don't need it, so that's kind of nice. But just a little variety in trying to remember which signs need the agent marker and which ones do not. So we just finished waiter. Next one is going to be policeman. All right? This is a little bit different hand shape than we've used for other signs so far, I think. So make a L, then you're going to bend it down and you kind of turn it at the same time so it turns into like a C, but with all of these three fingers down. It's still like a C. And it taps not on this side, not the same side as my signing hand, my dominant hand, but on the other side. It goes across. Okay, policeman. 2 times you tap policeman, policeman. Kind of represents, they have the badge that shows that they're important and they're a person of authority badge. So policeman, policeman. We also have doctor. You may have seen this sign different places with a D from the alphabet, and the open hand, fingers together, thumbs out, palm up, and the D taps on the wrist. D. Okay, doctor. Let me get back in the frame. Doctor. Now, a preferred sign that is more ASL, less English, is more ASL, is with an M from the alphabet that taps there in the same place. Okay, representing like MD. A doctor is an MD, so they could tap there. MD, doctor. Myself, I think I tend to sign with the D more for clarity, because the other sign I want to show, nurse, uses the N, and it taps right there. Nurse, nurse, nurse. M-N. In the situation, it's possible that the person, the deaf person or the child, will understand what you mean just because of context, okay? What's happening in the area around them. But sometimes the D might help to be more clear. You're talking about a doctor. The best ASL sign is going to be the M. Okay, that's the best information, the best knowledge I have. The M would be preferred. So the M, instead of bending it over all the way, keep it out flat, and these fingertips right here are what's going to touch the wrist. Okay, 2 times. Doctor. And then an N taps for nurse. 2 more people. 2 more. We have a principal, which is a P from the alphabet. It's that same tricky K hand shape tipped over, and the middle finger touches the back of the S hand shape. Principal. And then 1 more, a person who is technically not a doctor, but who your child may be visiting again and again and again, is an audiologist. And there's that agent hand shape again, okay? So audiology, it's an A, starts at the ear and comes down. Audiology, an audiology person, an audiology agent, an audiologist, okay? Most times not a doctor. Sometimes yes, but most times not a doctor, but a highly trained professional who understands how to test hearing, appropriately fit hearing aids for kids, implants, everything, okay? So that's quite a few signs, and I added on the homework of making contact with handsandvoices.org. That organization can really make a huge difference in your life and will, you have my promise, give you so much power as a parent and help you so much in this journey as you're trying to do the best you can to raise a mature, smart, well-educated, deaf and hard of hearing child who is also emotionally stable, friendly and social and everything. It's not an easy job. You don't have an easy job, but this organization is one of the places you can go for help, become the best parent you can. So I managed to get through all of that without the school announcement system interrupting this time. I'm shocked. I was just going to ignore it if it happened again. So I'm very happy about that, but I need to finish before the bell goes off or they start asking Julie to come to the office or whatever. So I hope that you're continuing to find the videos helpful. Thank you so much for being patient. Many times I am recording the videos at the end of the day when my energy is gone and I'm running out of energy. So if I'm a little boring, I apologize. But we keep at it. We'll do it together, and I will see you next time. Bye.